if you were to begin with the conversion story, um, in order to begin it correctly, you would have to go back to the initial partnership of myself, James Calloway, and Sonny Davenport. James and I had been together since 1972, when James became our bass player for my group Black Ivory. And we became fast friends, we became very tight. We started learning together and teaching each other how to, how to move forward in the music business, whether it was playing or whether it was composition. We just really gelled. So we became fast friends. So in '77, when I left Black Ivory, James came with me, and that's when we started writing in earnest. Sometime in 1978, James started to get busy, working for other artists such as Evelyn Champagne King, flautist Bobby Humphrey, sax player Najee, and it took him away from working with me. So I needed another partner. And around this time, my cousin, Aaron Sonny Davenport, he's a drummer, he asked me if I could help him get some equipment. So I did that, and that got us talking about musical things and so forth and so on. And he stepped into the group and became the third partner of the group. And so that core group, myself, Calloway, and Davenport, was the core of Conversion. We started writing songs for as many people as we could, as many people that were interested. And eventually, that brought us to the attention of Greg Carmichael, who was working with my old mentor, Patrick Adams. Greg had some things that he wanted us to do. And so, he had a studio session booked up, and he gave us a song that he wanted us to do. And so we learned the song and we played it, so forth and so on, went to the session. It was at NOLA Recording Studios, which was at that time right above the Steinway building, which is where they sell all the Steinway pianos. So it was in that same building. So we did the rhythm track for the song that Greg had given us in record time. But Greg had booked the studio for the entire evening. So he said, well, we got all of this time and y'all finished so fast, what do y'all want to do? And he said, well, y'all can use the time to do whatever y'all want. We didn't have anything in mind at the time, so we ordered some food. And while we were waiting for the food, I went into the main instrument room of the studio and started messing around on the piano. And I came up with the composite of, the pianistic composite of Let's Do It. While I was working on it, James came in and he was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good, da 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 da. And he plugged in and started playing along. We still waiting for I remember it was bacon cheeseburgers, all three of us ordered. Bacon cheeseburgers and fries from one of the restaurants around there. And so we started kicking it together and working on it. And then Sonny heard it in the control room and came into the main studio, started playing drums, and we started actually formulating the song from scratch at that time. Before we knew it, we had the main section of the song, the main rhythm section of the verses and the chorus. And we created the bridge. So before we knew it, we had a whole song. We didn't know what it was going to be called. At the time, we didn't have a title. But like I said, we had all this time in the studio, so Greg Carmichael loved what we were doing, and when we started putting down the rhythm, it really started gelling. So he said, what can we do about getting some lyrics on it, getting some vocals on here? And again, the three of us, myself, James, and Sonny, we put our heads together, came up with the concept of the lyrical concept and the melodic concept. Originally, the song's full name as we wanted it was Put My Love Where You Are. All right, but in hindsight, you know, and dealing with today's world, how they just, you know, give me 3 words and let's be done with it, they decided to use the Let's Do It as the main title of it. So that night we actually put together the lyrics, the rhythm track, the synthesizers, and then we called in vocalists female vocalists to help us realize the the song, and they came in. Dorothy Terrell, Renee, my sister Renee, J.J. Burgess, and I forget the name of the third female that came in. They came in to do the background, and so in one evening we were able to realize the entire. We were able to realize the entire concept. It's been brought to my attention or asked of me what made me come up with the rap section of Let's Do It. That opens Let's Do It, put your hands up in the air. And basically, that comes from my, you know, rap was becoming popular back then. This is around 1979, 1980. So rap is just beginning to get popular. And one of the things that they always said at the parties was, put your hands up in the air and wave them like you just don't care. So that's something that kind of caught on, and we just, you know, being experimentative, we just said, let's try a little something up in the front of the record before the vocals actually come in, the sung vocals actually come in. So I just made up, put your hands up in the air, rock them like you just don't care. Yes, sure, we're gonna do it, do it, do it, do it. And that seemed to work. So we left that in, and it's no more complicated than that as to how that came into existence. And so by I think it was like 8 or 9 in the morning when we were finished, but we had a completed record with all the synths and everything that it needed to be a record done. So that's how it was created, and that was the actual initial formulation of the group Conversion. Conversion became the core group: myself, Calloway, Davenport, then Dorothy Terrell, Renee, my sister Renee Burgess, and we added to that Sonny DeGraffenreid on guitar. And so the 6 of us became the main Conversion group, which would ultimately evolve into Fly.